So welcome back, and let's practice with a second example. -3 times a quantity x increased by 2 is equal to -4. So again, this is an algebraic equation, and every algebraic equation tells a story. So this story is going to start, just like every algebraic equation, with some unknown x, some number x. And the first thing that's happening to it, when I'm reading left to right, is that it's being multiplied by a -3. And then it's being increased by 2 positives and is equal to a -4. We can write the story and read it going down that x becomes a -4 after all of these steps. But our goal isn't to know what x was as it was -4. We want to know what x was before it was -4. So we actually want to go back through our story, but undoing it. So the first section that we come across that we need to undo is that addition of 2 positives. And we know that the additive identity is 0. So I need to create 0 pairs. I need to get to the identity. So how do I get rid of 2 positives? Well, I add 2 negatives. So moving up through our story, we see that in the multiplication step, in our original story, that we were multiplying by a -3. So how do we get to 1 pairs now? I need to multiply by the inverse. We take the previous step's answer and apply the reciprocal. I'm going to multiply by the inverse of 3, which is, the inverse of -3, which is -1/3. And when I go back through the story, -4 plus 2 more negatives, which is -6, multiplied by a -1/3, we get our answer to be 2. So we want to make sure that we check our work to see that our answer is right. We start with our original problem. -3 times a quantity x plus 2 is equal to -4. I input my solution into the problem. -3 times 2 plus 2 is equal to -4. I check that out as -6 plus 2 is equal to -4. And I do addition, and I see that -4 is equal to -4. It's true, so we maintained our equality. Good job.